they're saying all of these old beliefs because this is how they used to know Sam. And that can be triggering. So how do we not feel triggered, rooting to your new truth when people are reflecting old truth to you? You are always attracting energy into your life. The question is, what can you be mindful about attracting? I'm Shannon Bills, mindset mentor, energy healer, and intuitive reader. And today, we're having mindfulness for breakfast. Good morning. There has been a common theme popping up in a bunch of my sessions this week. And so when I see any sort of theme, I know that many people need to hear it in this exact moment of their life. So today, and honestly, every day in every podcast, this message is for you. If you were listening, you were meant to hear what comes up today. So today's message is around beliefs that used to be true for you and beliefs that are no longer true for you, beliefs that you have changed, that you have taken the time to heal from and shed and grow from. So one of my clients was talking about how she has subscribed to this narrative of her life is chaotic. Her life is just chaotic. It's always chaotic, and everyone around her knows it's chaotic, and they reflect it back to her. They're like, oh my goodness, well, let's call this client named Sam. That is not her name, but we're just going to call that for today's story. Sam, like you're always late. You're always rush. Oh, your life's never normal. Your life's so crazy. Your life's so chaotic. And for the longest time, she used to be like, haha, yes, you're right. You're right. Oh, little old me. Yes, I am a chaotic person. And within the last couple years, she has been on her self-mastery journey, growing, shedding, healing, releasing. And this year especially has been a massive year of growth and change for her. And she is in a moment where it feels very peaceful. Her life feels peaceful. Her life feels put together. Her life feels more aligned than it's ever been. And this client has been on so many different journeys between discovering who she is, getting off of very high-dosed medicine for sleeping, for anxiety, for depression. That journey looks different on everybody, but for her, she decided to get off of medicine that she's been on for 15 years. She figured out where she wanted to live, where her heart felt the most settled. She's figuring out where within the entertainment industry and her artistry serves her best. Like, the girl is healing on all different levels. And she's in this place where it's all coming together. It's all clicking. It feels peaceful. And she came to me and said, things are so good right now. And this isn't normal for us. This feels weird. This isn't normal. Chaos is our normal, right? She's used to chaos. She said, I didn't even know peace existed. And so she's also kind of confused because for so long her old identity was chaotic Sam, right? Her life was crazy. Everyone around her knew it was crazy. But now she's realizing, oh, okay, no, all of that chaos led me to this peaceful moment, this alignment. And she's feeling uncomfortable in this new feeling. But at the same time, that's confusing because it's a good feeling, but it's an uncomfortable feeling because it's not a familiar feeling. So I'm just kind of giving you that backstory, right? But as she's rooting to this new life, because I brought it to her attention that peace does exist and you don't have to struggle and it isn't this all or nothing mentality. You get to decide what is true for you and what is not true for you at any moment in your life. And right now, it feels like your higher self is asking you to lean in to the peace, into the certainty, into the clarity. Let that become familiar to you. Let that feel like your new normal. So she's on this journey of like, yes, Shannon, I love that. You're so right. That feels amazing to me. And she said, but then there are moments where, let's say I am leaning into this new peaceful life and this new normal and this new way of thinking, being, doing. When I go home or when I visit a friend or when I see an old relative, they're used to old Sam. They are used to Sam's way of thinking, being, doing from many years ago. And they will make comments like, oh, Sam, wow, you're on time now, Sam? That's crazy. You used to always be late. Wow, Sam, you're peaceful right now? I mean, that's not normal for you. That's right. They're saying all of these old beliefs because this is like how they used to know Sam. And that can be triggering. So what I'm trying to bring to you today and describe is, how do we not feel triggered? How do we get unbothered, rooting to your new truth when people are reflecting old truth to you? This is the message that we are going to seal in together today. Because maybe there's a version of you that used to drink a lot and now you don't drink. And you're around friends that are used to you partying and now they're kind of giving you shit for not partying as hard and calling you lame or being like, come on. That can trigger you. Same thing with, actually, I'll give you a personal example. And I don't know if I've ever shared this before on the podcast. I'm also so aware of how many times I say it, but after I record myself, I don't listen. I can, but I'm like, well, I spoke my truth. I edited the episode. I don't really need to listen to it again. So I'm not 100% sure of what stories I have shared with you and what I haven't. But where that was so prominent in my life of an old story was how I used to get sick all the time as a kid. I was a sick kid, always having asthma flare-ups, having to be on a nebulizer, having to miss all the class parties, and I'm talking like kindergarten. And I was always the kid that was given an antibiotic for an ear infection, for strep throat, for whatever it was that was coming up, because back then that was kind of my story. I just was always this sick kid, and my parents would take me to the doctor and listen to a doctor and go, okay, yeah, well, let's give her this medicine. Well, let's give her this medicine. Not realizing that they're also kind of feeding the story that this girl always needs medicine, right? No shade to my parents. They're amazing. They didn't know. They thought they were doing what's best for me. But I was filled with so many antibiotics as a kid. And even in high school and college and my first couple of years out here in LA, the story that I would subscribe to is, I'm always sick. I always get a sinus infection every couple months. I always have strep throat. And every 2-3 months, I'd be on an antibiotic. And when the pandemic hit, I decided, you know what? I'm changing my career. I am really going all in on my self-mastery learning. That's when I really got super focused working with intuitive healers, and literally every single day I was on Zoom, not just starting my business, but in classes, training my intuition, learning energy healing techniques. And this old identity of Shannon's always sick was not resonating with me. I'm like, yeah, that's not me. I'm somebody that is healthy, and I'm somebody that trusts their body, and I'm somebody that doesn't always need to turn to medicine, and I'm somebody that can heal. And so that is the story that I subscribed to during the pandemic. And to this day, which we're about 5.5 years in since the pandemic, I have been on an antibiotic 2 times, maybe 3 times, which for me is massive, massive growth. I know I always talk about this, how I'm somebody that believes in doctors and believes in medicine, but I also equally believe that we can heal ourselves and our body's always talking to us, and there's an emotional root cause to everything. I just did a previous episode on that. But where I really feel so strong in my conviction around that I am a healthy person. I'm not somebody that needs to go to the doctor all the time. I'm not somebody that gets sick all the time. My body knows what it's doing. And when I am around old friends, family members, whoever, and they're bringing up, oh my goodness, you were always sick. You were always the sick kid. That used to trigger me because I'm like, no, like I'm healing that. Stop. Don't say that, right? That's no longer my language. That's no longer my talk. I realized, wow, I'm really getting triggered because they don't see this new me yet. So new you takes a little bit of time to settle into your bones, these new beliefs, right? And what's really important is your belief in yourself, your conviction in yourself, not what others are reflecting back to you. So this is the point that I want to be driving home today, because there is naturally going to be moments of friends, family, reflecting old belief systems to you. You get to decide in that moment, does this resonate? Does this not resonate with me? It's not on them to see how much we've changed and grown and healed. It's on us. All of this work is on us. We got to point the finger back to ourselves. So if you are in a situation, just like client Sam, where all these people are reflecting back old beliefs and you're getting triggered, the call to action here is rooting even deeper into this new you, this new belief. You get to make meaning out of what they're saying. So if you are feeling triggered in that moment, I want you in your mind to take 10 seconds. This is our breakfast item today, something we can start practicing and chewing on. I want you to take 10 seconds after you feel that emotional response, that emotional trigger in your body coming up. It's feeling intense. Oh my goodness. You're ready to like put those boxing gloves on and defend yourself to the bitter end to tell them what the new belief is. I want you, instead of outwardly correcting somebody what the new belief is, I want you to internalize it first. Get your body emotionally regulated, sitting with this trigger for 10, 15 seconds, and just proving to yourself what the new belief is. So if someone's saying, oh, Shannon, yeah, you are always such a sick person, I'm going to hear that back. Maybe my body's going to feel a certain way. Feelings are going to start to come up. Heart's going to race a little bit. And in those 10, 15 seconds, I'm going to just sit with it and have some chatter going on in my brain around, well, Shannon, I know that's no longer true. I've let go of that story. I've let go of that version of me. I've let go of that energy. And what is true is that I'm healthy. What is true is that my body knows what it's doing. And this is something you can just do internally in your mind to calm you down. A lot of times what is happening with your mind is the old thought patterns coming up, and you get to decide in that moment, is it that or is it this? Is it this or is it that? We're playing the game of this and that all the time in our mind. And that is the thing I want you to be practicing when friend, family member, coworker, whoever is reflecting an old story that no longer resonates with you. Before we go and stop them and say, hey, that's not me anymore. I wanted to start with you first. Eventually you can get to a place where you're like, you know what? I actually haven't been sick in years and I'm just not a sick person anymore. Yes, that's good as well. But like, the thing I really hope you get out of any of these podcasts episodes is the accountability for yourself, bringing every single exercise back to what you can do, because what you can do is change your belief system, which changes your energy, which then changes how people respond to you eventually, right? Sometimes the physical world, that last component takes a little bit longer to catch up. So that's why today's breakfast item is taking that first step of, in the moment, the trigger's coming up. Oh my God, they're saying this old story and I just worked so hard to heal and release this. That doesn't have to mean anything. We're feeling it. Take 10, 15 seconds to root to the new belief, the new story. That's how we start to get unbothered, is taking those 10, 15 seconds to silence the bully in our mind, to silence the energy, the feelings, to neutralize those intense feelings that come up that feel maybe like a bully is making fun of you in your head. Talk back to the bully. Let the bully know internally in your mind first. Talk back to the bully and let it know what the new story is, what the new programming is. So that's what's coming up today, because that is what's been coming up for a couple of clients of mine. Getting out of questioning good things, because usually a lot of our old stories are self-sabotaging, like, oh, I can't have it all. This is too good to be true. I am a sick person. I am always late. I am not the smartest person in the room. We've dove into a couple of different limiting beliefs over the course of these episodes. They usually start bad, right? But let's be open and more expansive to the fact that a belief is a belief and you can change the belief anytime you want. So this new version of you can start to believe that calmness is familiar, that things happening for you and not against you is familiar, that good things and peace and clarity is familiar. But it takes a little bit of time to trick the brain to go, hey, it's no longer this, it's this thing right now. So that's the vibes for today. That's what's coming up on my heart and my mind. And if there's anybody out there that's triggering you, the goal is not to point the finger to them. It's to see what you can do first to shift that energy. So I'll talk to you guys soon.